Mhm. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final session of the 50th Annual Fall Convocation of the University of Manitoba. My name is Mel Braun. I'm a professor of voice at the Des Hotels Faculty of Music, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. You're going to want to take pictures. There's no question about it. We ask that you do it from your seats, just so that there's no blocking of the view in front. Also, if you could look at those little devices in your pockets and turn them off, just so that they won't cause untimely interruptions this afternoon. Following the ceremony, we ask that you join our graduates back there in the James Daly Fieldhouse. They've got lovely little desserts and coffee and punch there for all of you to celebrate together. Next, we have a whole row of guests here on the left. These are special guests of the president of our university, also guests of the recipients of special honors and awards at today's ceremony. Welcome here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason we're here, please rise and stand for the entrance of the academic party and our graduating students. Before we begin our service, I would like to acknowledge that the University of Manitoba campuses are located on original lands of Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and also on the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Now, graduands, I would ask that you please rise and join Nicholas Niebuhr of the Des Hôtels Faculty of Music in the singing of O Canada, and then please remain standing for the traditional honor song and invocation brought to you by Carl Stone.
Stand on guard for We're here today to celebrate success at the end of a journey and opportunities for the paths that lie ahead. So it's a pleasure to congratulate and thank the graduates before me and friends and family in the audience and my colleagues behind me for all of the contributions to these results. Specifically, I'd like to acknowledge our Chancellor, Mr. Harvey Sector, and welcome today's recipients of our highest honor, the Honorary Doctorate degree, Mr. Louis Peniche Bird and the Honorable Douglas Everett. I would also like to welcome to our platform today Dr. Arthur Morrow, Chancellor Emeritus, Dr. Dean Kerr, Dean of the Faculty of Health Studies at Brandon University, Ms. Paulette Shonsky, Vice President of Administration and Finance, Manitoba Institutes of Trade and Technology, Ms. Lila Goodspeed, Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Dr. Albert Friesen, Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, and Ms. Nancy Militano, Vice President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. Also on the platform today are members of the senior administration of the university, deans, directors, student representatives, and faculty members who have played an important role in the achievements that we celebrate today. So, it is my privilege and pleasure as President of the University of Manitoba to formally declare this session of convocation to be open. This past summer, my wife and I walked the last part of the Camino de Santiago. For those of you who aren't familiar with this ancient pilgrimage route in Spain, it's considered by many to be a life-changing journey, and we certainly found it to be that way. We spent the days walking, passing other people, sometimes being passed by younger people, sometimes holding hands, sometimes talking, sometimes just looking at the beauty of the circumstances around us. And of course, when we came to the end and we reached our chosen end point, we didn't celebrate that arrival as the highlight of the trip. It was the journey itself that brought us to that point. It was the journey that enriched us. And of course, now, when we tell the story to other people, arriving at the end isn't the thing that we describe. It's the process that took us to the end that we tell people about. Similarly, I think today, each of you graduating has reached a milestone in life's journey. This is a point that has significance for a number of reasons. For what it sums up, of course, and because it, unlike most of the work that you did at the University of Manitoba, it's shared immediately with people who love you. Though many of you may continue your studies, the completion of this degree is something I expect that you've been looking forward to with great anticipation for some time. And you should be proud, and you should celebrate, not simply because this day has arrived, but because of the great journey that brought you to this point and that lies ahead of you still. Many of you, during your time as a student, took part in one or more of the 100+ service learning, internship, co-op, and exchange programs offered here. You may have taken the time to travel and study abroad. Perhaps you contributed to mentorship opportunities such as the Circle of Empowerment or Indigenous Business Education program. Some of you joined research teams to help uncover new discoveries about our world. Many of our Bison athletes participated in meaningful community engagement through programs such as Bisons Against Bullying and Bison Book Buddies. Throughout your years with us, you've been shaping this university's story. You've traveled with the University of Manitoba on our journey. Perhaps some of you joined us on February 28th at our 140th anniversary celebration. That day, with Premier Pallister and Mayor Bowman and our university community in attendance, we marked a significant milestone and encouraged our community to consider the journey it represents. Over the past 140 years, the university has built a strong and engaged community of students, faculty, staff, alumni, donors, and community partners. This university's impact is meaningful because of the richness of our diverse community, because of the dynamic relationships we've built through engagement, because of the opportunities we've seized throughout the decades. And as we look forward to the next 140 years, we commit to continuing to play a meaningful and transformative role in this province and beyond. The poem Ithaca by Constantine Cavafy beautifully illustrates the message that I would like to leave with you. And here is part of that poem. As you set out for Ithaca, hope the voyage is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. Laestrygonians and Cyclops, angry Poseidon, don't be afraid of them. You'll never find things like that on your way as long as you keep your thoughts raised high, as long as a rare excitement stirs your spirit and your body. Keep Ithaca always in your mind. Arriving there is what you're destined for, but do not hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years, so you are old by the time you reach the island, wealthy with all you've gained on the way, not expecting Ithaca to make you rich. You graduate today with a degree, and it's the memories, lessons, experiences, and friendships that give your degree its true merit. And it will be the memories, lessons, experiences, and friendships that will give your life merit as well. So on behalf of our entire university community, I want to say congratulations on your accomplishments and the very best to you on the voyage ahead. Thank you. Now, just a word to parents and friends and family. We don't always dress like this at the University of Manitoba. Some days it might be better, but we don't do it, except when we come to the end. And we do it now to remind ourselves that what's happening here is part of a tradition that this university shares with many, many other institutions over a long period of time all around the world. A pattern of students gathering to learn from professors, from teachers. And it's good to be reminded that this is an important thing and it continues and includes a large number of people. But we don't want these clothes to make it seem like this is a distant and unfamiliar and unfriendly thing. Everyone who's here in these seats beside me, you've come because you care about a particular person who's going to graduate. And we want you to be comfortable to express that in whatever way is appropriate for you. Some of you might find it appropriate to clap quietly, politely. We welcome that. Some of you will find more enthusiasm to be what's comfortable for you. Are there any of those here? And that's entirely appropriate. We welcome that too. I would just remind you that the time for each person to be recognized is fairly brief. They'll come up, they'll be named, they'll be hooded perhaps, greeted by the Chancellor, photograph will be taken, they'll move on. So express yourselves and leave room for the person who comes next. Thank you very much for coming to Convocation.
Mr. Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored today to be given the privilege of presenting this citation. The highest honor the Senate of the university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria includes distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduate this afternoon is Senator Douglas Everett. While most people saw an empty corner of a parking lot, the Honorable Douglas Everett saw a way to transform the gasoline industry. When others saw a political role steeped in tradition, he saw a way to do things differently. He is a retired senator, lawyer, founder of Domo gas stations, and a visionary. Senator Everett says that his determination and drive come from the competitive spirit of his family home and the competitiveness of his siblings. It inspired him to chart a course in business at his father's car dealership, Dominion Motors, in Winnipeg in the 1950s. The senator is a quick study. By age 25, he had already had a law degree from this university, was vice president of what was then Canada's largest Ford dealership. And it was his idea in the mid-60s to branch out and create a chain of gas kiosks at grocery stores. He leased a small spot of land on Safeway parking lots and installed 2 pumps on each lot. Such low overhead created savings he could pass along to the customer. And he had effectively, by that step, leveled the playing field against some heavy hitters like Shell and Imperial Oil. Today, the iconic Domo brand is among the country's largest independent gas retailers, with more than 90 locations across Western Canada. It is one of a group of companies that make up the Royal Canadian Securities, of which Senator Everett still remains Chairman Emeritus and Strategic Advisor. Humble by nature, he credits his business success to the people who has made up his team during his career. His visionary leadership earned their loyalty, and many Domo employees enjoyed careers that stretched for decades. When the company was first expanding across the country and growing into a major industry player, this astute businessman caught the attention of the then Prime Minister, Lester Pearson, who summoned him to the Senate in 1966. At 39 years of age, Senator Everett became the youngest person to join the upper chamber up to that point. He says he was swept up in the vigor of national politics. As chairman of the Committee on National Finance, he was determined in his pursuit to reveal government inefficiencies. He proved to be as bold and decisive in politics as he had been in business, bringing his acumen to the public realm. Through philanthropy, he has shown tremendous dedication to causes close to his heart, contributing to education, the arts, and healthcare. The Everett family has long championed St. Boniface Hospital. His father served as chairman of the St. Boniface Hospital Advisory Board, and Senator Everett would later join their fundraising committee, which brought to fruition the first major expansion of the hospital several decades ago. When the Everett family members were touched by autism, spectrum disorder, and Alzheimer's disease, they were moved to support research for these conditions that affect tens of thousands of families across Canada. They do so through the Division of Neurodegenerative Disorders at St. Boniface Hospital's world-renowned Albertson Research Center. Senator Everett's contribution have also had a significant impact on many other Manitoba institutions, including the Winnipeg Art Gallery and the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. Here at the University of Manitoba, his support benefits students pursuing political studies, peace building, and jazz studies. He has also served as honorary member of the university's capital campaign cabinet. With a lifetime of remarkable entrepreneurship, civic duty, and philanthropy, Senator Everett is still known for his ability to see what others may not, and that is the mark of a true visionary. Mr. Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba, that you confer on the Honorable Douglas D. Everett the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Everett.
Speaking this afternoon on behalf of the Senator, his son, also Douglas Everett.
Thank you. I'd like to read a statement prepared by my father. Thank you, Chancellor Sector, Dr. Barnard, distinguished guests, and most importantly, today's graduates. I am deeply moved by this honor and grateful to my old friend Arthur Morrow for his kind words of introduction. It is also a great pleasure to share the stage with my fellow honoree, Elder Louis Bird. To all graduates assembled today, I extend my sincerest congratulations. On occasions such as these, we celebrate not only your accomplishments, but also the academic and social community in which you have thrived. All communities have their triumphs and their tragedies, but it is in strong communities, it is often in crisis, that the real meaning of community and the bonds that unite us shine. When I finished at Osgoode Law School and returned to Winnipeg to complete my qualifications here at the University of Manitoba, the flood of 1950 was at its peak. It was a devastating event, and the city was utterly unprepared. But right here on this campus, graduating students exchanged their gowns for hip waders to fight the floodwaters. Like the evacuation of Dunkirk, Winnipeggers saw what needed to be done and did not hesitate to do it, even at risk to themselves. Those with boats ferried people to safety, sandbags were filled, and temporary dikes erected. Space was found for the evacuees and food and clothing donated. The people of this city and this university pitched in and pulled in the same direction until the crisis was over. It was hard work, exhausting, dirty, and dangerous, and it was wonderful. It enlarged us. Indeed, the things that enlarge us are often not the things we expect. As graduates of this great and respected institution, the University of Manitoba, you have already shown that you know how to set a goal and achieve it. So I salute all of you. You have an education in a world that increasingly favors the educated. Your futures are shimmering with possibilities. All the things that brought you to this milestone, your hard work, focus, and talent will carry you through your careers. Still, I wish for you and for the world that you will build more than a successful career. I hope that being a good citizen of your community matters to you as well. This could mean pitching in a crisis. Between the great events of our lives, there are the ordinary acts of decency and courage that add up to the character of a society. These acts do not require a university degree, and often the trick to dealing with a crisis that is not a flood or a hurricane is the capacity to recognize that there is a crisis, combined with the courage and energy to overcome it. So I ask you to cultivate the first habit of the good citizen, being an informed citizen. Read a daily newspaper, preferably more than one, so that the freedom of the press is not lost to the rumor and innuendo of social media. Exercise your franchise so the lunatic fringe doesn't elect your leaders for you. Your right to vote is both a privilege and a civic duty. Watch out for your neighbors and let them watch out for you, so that you are part of the community you live in. Honor the family you came from and the one you build. Teach your children these values. Though I studied law here at the University of Manitoba and at Osgoode in Toronto, and was called to the bar in both provinces, I have spent my life in business and politics. I never practiced law, yet I never regretted studying it. Don't be surprised if the career you anticipate now is not the path you take. Life has many twists and turns. What arrives as a crisis often turns out to be an opportunity. It is the people we help and the challenges we overcome that make us what we become, both professionally and personally. In my life, I have been blessed with extraordinary opportunities, wonderful luck, and the best of colleagues and coworkers. I wish that for each of you, but even more, I wish that you clearly understand that having family, friends, and community to work for and with is the greatest opportunity of all.
I'm Warren Carrio, Director of the Center for Creative Writing and Oral Culture here at the University of Manitoba, and I'm honored to be reading this citation today. The highest honor the Senate of a university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria includes distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduate this afternoon is Elder Louis Peniche. Before Elder Peniche became a master storyteller, he was a little boy fascinated by the traditional stories his mother would share. Growing up on the coast of Hudson Bay, he would seek out elders in his Omoshkigo Cree community in search of more stories that had been passed down over many generations. Young Louis would try to learn those stories by heart. He saw how his mother lived off the land, providing for her 8 children. He calls this the happiest time of his life, a childhood spent fishing in the bay, berry picking, and gazing at the snow geese overhead. His love of his Omoshkigo Cree culture would survive the pain of 4 years in residential school. He was only 5 when he was taken hundreds of miles away, and can still remember watching his parents cry as they waved goodbye. Elder Peniche's life experiences, the joys and the sorrows, have shaped his journey and pushed him to continue his pursuit to preserve and celebrate his culture, its spiritual practices, beliefs, and history. As he took on odd jobs in neighboring communities in later life, from a surveyor's assistant to a tractor operator, he met even more elders and was able to record even more stories. Today, you could say Elder Peniche is a living archive. He has dedicated more than 5 decades to the collection, narration, and recording of hundreds of these legends and traditional teachings. He has brought the history of his people to audiences across Canada, the United States, and overseas, sharing these teachings in Cree and English at storytelling festivals and universities. He is a fierce protector of a culture steeped in oral tradition. To hear Elder Peniche tell a story is to immerse yourself in the spiritual world of the Omoshkigo Cree peoples. With a light heart and a quick wit, he brings to life the wisdom of his ancestors for the world to hear and learn from. He will tell you that when he first began collecting stories, he realized many had already been lost. This was 100 or so years after missionaries had arrived and begun converting the community to Christianity. Elders were reluctant to share their stories, especially those about creation. But he did not relent, impressing upon them the importance of sharing not just their stories, but what they represented. The Amushkigoak way of life, the holistic understanding of birth and death, of power, truth, and love. He argued, how can one find happiness without a context in which to live? His expertise as a cultural historian is well established. He is highly sought after by government officials, curators, scholars, and students across disciplines. He has informed decisions on everything from educational funding to environmental legislation to economic development. A father of 7 and grandfather of 22, Elder Peniche hopes his work inspires future generations, encouraging them to develop their own ways to share knowledge and educate through innovative curricula. We thank this prolific storyteller and teacher for dedicating a lifetime to preserving the oral traditions of the Omushkigo peoples, for leading the way forward by honoring the teachings of the elders. Mr. Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba that you confer on Mr. J. Louis Peniche the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree Doctor of Letters honoris causa with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Okay. I don't know how to express myself, but I do wish to say first to thank the great education that you have graduated from, and also to thank those who have brought you the wisdom, their strength, and their experience, which has enriched your studies and the knowledge that you've gained. The most important that I say I have understood during my life is to learn the life before you experience. By listening, your teachers, elders, those who have lived life, by their experience, they tell you the facts. And you learn that, well, you have come this far to prepare your life that you're going to lead ahead. It is like storing the wealth in your life, also storing the knowledge for your country that you will be a leader someday, be a father, be a grandfather, and you will pass on to your children, as I have done, I have tried to do. Life is not that easy. As have you heard when I was introduced, I went through many hardships for me to be able to live this long. I was only 8 when I first left home to be alone away from my family. And now that I am 82 years old, I still feel like I'm 18. I still learn, because we never stop learn anything in our life. Our mind always young. Our body is the one that goes down. So for this reason, you have your graduate have stood a door that is question, master of creation. You will learn if you live to be 80. The door has been opened for you. Mysteries you find, things that you don't understand today, you will see them. Also good things and also bad things. You have learned fast by using which they call high technology. You have learned to achieve your studies. That high technology also bring bad things, and it also brings the very good things for your health and for your mind. And it will stay with you, and you will see more mysteries open in your lifetime. You will prepare your children when they grow up. And that's what I try to live. I try to do that for my children. I try to show them to be persevered, to be strong, to be resilient. I try to do that in front of them. I fall many times. I get beaten many times by strange people, by strange places. I get up again. And I went to the places where I think I could not make it, I went, regardless how hard it is. I tried something that sometimes I think it's impossible for me to know. I did, by help with the elders and the teachers and those who have lived before me. And this is what you're going to do as a graduate. You will experience this life. You have prepared well. The educators and the great facility of education center in Canada, you have gained many preparation for your life. Use it well. And also, I want to say, besides that, it is a country that has been many times praised as multiculturalism. Remember the word, multiculturalism, it says. It means all nations from all over the world came to this land. They bring their knowledge, expertise, and wisdom to bring together in this Canada to be made a better world, mostly envied from other countries because it's so rich and it's also peaceful the way we live. We made a mistake maybe at times in the past, and we have to learn to forgive each other. We have to try to do the best. And also never to forget, it is not only material world that we are living. We have life that we believe. It is a spiritual life, which is more important than material life. And I wish you the best in my life. I want you to remember the Creator, the Great Spirit, that provided everything that you will experience in your life, and also that you went through as a young child up to now. You remember this energy, if you want to call it, or the Creator, or a Great Spirit. In general, we call it God. He is the one that provides us all things that you see. There's one word that I learned from being a Christian, being baptized in Christianity. There is a word that says, in the beginning, God made man. And it says also in that great book that is respected all over the world. It says, God says, let us make man in our image. Who did he speak to? What did he mean? Since this great person has a knowledge that's beyond human understanding, is that what he mean here in this gray matter contain the image of God to be able to give the nation the technology that brought them up into this world today that we see? Is that what he meant? Eventually, that human body can be changed into a spiritual world, and therefore you reach heaven. That's the way I understand it. Anyway, to be the truth, please remember this great spirit as you journey the life and try to follow that. It is the only place where it contains morality. And when you follow morality, you will have always peace in your heart and your mind. You will have a great hope. I did that. That is why I give you the advice. Once again, I want to thank the great facility that you have found your education to prepare your life. And also I want to thank the educators who have run this great educational institution. And also the past historians, the wisdom that carry with us up to this century. I know it takes 3,000 to 5,000 years to be what we are today, and only God knows what's going to happen the next, if the world exists in 5,000 years. With that in mind, I want you to remember this. One thing that will give you want to live is find life with love. Thank you.
We now turn attention to the academic achievements of our graduating students. Before proceeding with the conferral of degrees, we'd like to recognize a student who has achieved the highest standing of his class. This would be Eric Kaletsky. Eric Kaletsky is the recipient of the University Gold Medal in Rehabilitation Sciences, as well as the Program Medal in Respiratory Therapy, awarded for outstanding achievement in the faculty. He's a graduate of St. Paul's High School, and he credits the concentrated amount of clinical experience he gained in his third year of the program as being most impactful to him. This hands-on experience allowed Eric to attain a true appreciation and understanding of his future career. In his free time, he enjoys fishing, playing volleyball, and graduates today with a Bachelor of Respiratory Therapy. Eric Kaletsky. There is a complete list of recipients of medals and prizes shown in your program, starting page 113. Please, at your leisure, read this. It's now time for Chancellor Harvey Sector to address convocation.
Thank you. One of the special privileges accorded to the Chancellor is the opportunity to participate at convocation. I'm honored to be here today to join you, the graduates, your family and friends in celebrating the completion of your current programs. Sincere congratulations to Dr. Everett on receiving an Honorary Doctor of Laws, and to Dr. Peniche on his Honorary Doctor of Letters, to Eric and to all the students who are being recognized with awards and prizes for their individual accomplishments. The University of Manitoba has a rich history dating back to 1877. And over the past 140 years, it has developed an enviable reputation because of the contributions that people connected with this institution have made to the cultural, social, and economic well-being of the people of Manitoba, Canada, and increasingly throughout the world. David Matthews of the Kettering Foundation once said, "Democracies need something more than written constitutions, free elections, and representative governments. They also depend on a strong public life, a rich depository of social capital, a sense of community, and a healthy civil society." This relationship is reciprocal because while only a democracy can support a civil society, only a civil society will sustain a democracy. Over the years, I've become convinced that as the choices we make individually and the contributions we make voluntarily and often collectively that offer the best prospects for the continued development of our country as a civil society and will best protect our democratic way of life. As we've heard, both of today's honorary degree recipients, each in very different ways, but in some ways quite similar, have provided prime examples of the difference each of us can make to building community through personal commitment to the community. It's been said that upon graduation we leave with not only a diploma, but with the reputation of our alma mater. You and I are both beneficiaries of the legacy left to us by former graduates, such as Dr. Everett, and the leadership provided by the many outstanding members of our current faculty, staff, and student body. While we're always proud to recognize the achievement of our alumni, we also take advantage of convocations to recognize those who, although not graduates of the University of Manitoba, are not necessarily even members of our local community, share the values and commitment to the pursuit of excellence that are such a part of the university's heritage. Dr. Peniche has a lifelong commitment, not only to preserving the history of his people, but providing valuable insight to all who seek a better understanding of our history as a country and the objectives that we share as people. I'm confident that many of you who are graduating today will do what you can to follow the examples that we heard about today, and in your own way make significant contributions to your own chosen field and to your local communities, wherever they may be. Most of us may not ever have the opportunity to create the kind of impact of a Doug Everett or an Elder Peniche. However, as Robert Kennedy reminds us, each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of our generation. The challenge and our opportunity that faces each of us is to find a way to make that contribution. We all hope that as you reflect back on your time here at the University of Manitoba, you'll feel that while you were here, you moved a little further along the path to becoming all that you were really meant to be. Congratulations. Best wishes for professional careers and personal lives that are both filled with much success and great satisfaction. Congratulations to you all.
Mr. Chancellor, I now have the honor to request on behalf of the University Senate that you confer upon the candidates the degrees and diplomas earned by them, as these shall be announced. Will those who are to receive degrees and diplomas please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degrees and diplomas to which you are severally entitled, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. I also admit in absentia those who've completed the requirements for these degrees and diplomas, but are not today able to be present.
We'd ask now that those graduates in the front row please remain standing. Everyone else, you're free to take your seats. Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy, with Dean Todd Maunder of the Faculty of Graduate Studies presenting the parchments, and Provost and Vice President Academic Janice Ristock hooding the graduates. Pamela Frances Wenner. Elizabeth Joanne Cooper. Deepa Kapoor Singhal. Ray Pauline Spivak. Mark Richard Garrett. Kumar Alok Patak. Nipun Jayachandran. Amrit Bose. Melissa Rabb. Gauri Akolkar. Kendra Lee Rieger. Now, Mr. Chancellor, may I present the candidate whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Science with a major in Disability Studies, Program Director Nancy Hansen Hooding, the graduate. Grace Adabanke Oketola. And now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Dentistry, Associate Dean Raj Buller of the College of Dentistry to Hood, the graduate. Kevin James Vint. Now the Master of Physician Assistant Studies. Sheena Ann Graham. Lindsay Marie Ann Shamilla. Heather Margaret Wittick. And thanks for his help here to Dean Reg Urbanowski of the College of Rehabilitation Sciences. Now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidate for Master of Public Health. Amanda Jean Henry. And now we move on to the candidates who you have admitted to the degree of Master of Science with majors in medicine. Ifeoluwa Elizabeth Adewumi. Anne Rachel Blankenstein. Chen Chi. Alexandra Chapala. David Ernest Daw. Jeannick Lorraine Marie Bazin Fortier. Brittany Siradsky. Nilufar Ashtari. Forou Kalantari. Audrey Katako. Azin Kafipur. Shubham Singh Tanwar. Victoria Mozolewska. Bhavya Sharma. Now, Mr. Chancellor, we move on to the candidates admitted to the degree of Master of Nursing with Associate Dean Joanne Sawatsky of the College of Nursing, putting the graduates. Terry Lynn Alice Boychuk. Marvin John DeCastro. Danielle Kristen Gauthier. Melissa Guerrero Martinez. Jessica Leah Jacob. Amanda Nicole Lucas. Deborah Lynn Miller. Aravind Pampakal Bhaskaran. Navdeep Saini. Kyla Marie Sayateki. Geraldine Angela Sobering. Jenny Elizabeth Claudette Saint-Jean. Lisa Marie Timmerman. Now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Occupational Therapy Again, Dean Reg Urbanowski of the College of Rehabilitation Sciences to hood the graduates. Rebecca Joan Alley. Yael Berkowitz. Jamie Kathleen Gloria Bernard. Emily Ann Britton. Laura Elizabeth Kale. Caitlin Hélène Chabot. Jocelyn Marlene Charpentier. Stephanie Sarah Tin Yun Chu. Lindsay Dawn Clendenin. Danielle Renee de Gagne. Lisa Diamond Burchuk. Andrea Nicole Dick. Christopher Gary Domes. Aya Youssef El Alawi. Alicia Friesen. Jochebed Katrina Giesbrecht. Natasha Lynn Gill. Kia Gosen. Era Jade Irvin. Alexandra Elizabeth Jansen. Monica Lynn Kapak. Rachel Monica Clausen. Lindsay Aaron Cohen. Kaylee Marie Kozera. Caitlin Mary Lewandowski. Deborah Jean Marie McDonald. Alicia Diane McDougall. Melissa Jean Neufeld. Stefan Parizo. Jessica Parshotam. Mitchell Nicholas Jacob Paul. Melina Ruth Potts. Samantha Ray Ripa. Maxine Erica Schoen. Pamela Kaur Singh. Mary Faye Soto. Natalie Catherine Suzerko. Camilla Thorne Cholmsland. Shannon Taves. Carrie Webster. Shay Kirsten Wild. Ashley Megan Yusum. And now the candidates for Master of Physical Therapy. Joshua Bellingham. Stacy Marie Braun. Madison Page Brooke. Michael Ian Cabaggio. Rebecca Ann Cohen. Elliot Andrew Cook. José Marie Teresa Dizar. Deidre Dermians. Lisa Christine Diddick. Ryan William Peter Jaddick. Robin Ainsley Iyer. Alexis Catherine Flynn. Derek Michael Furutani. Martine Gazvini. Kristen Marie Hamed. Brianne Christine Hillhorst. Lauren Ashley Hogarth. Ellen Rayanne Hornipak. Curtis Dale Homanyuk. Carly Elizabeth Hunter. Stephanie Uwin. Crystal Diane Page Johnson. Jameson R.B. Krentz. Caitlin Kimberly Lachance. Kyla Celeste Lacombe. Megan May McGuire. Jeff Manliguez. It's for you. Kelsey Dana McGonigal. Carly Lynn McLeod. Owen Riley Matthew McMahon. Shanley Robin Mowat. Stephen Ryan Niradka. Sarah Janelle Norquay. Cody Alexander Pellick. Quentin Cedric Raval. Janine Raquel Redstone. Nicole Ashley Marnett Richter. Carlos Ruiz. Nancy Sani. Allison Marie Schellenberg. Sita Soung. Heather Dawn Unraw. Sarah Gabriela Ventura. Binodit Parami Warnakula Soria. Catherine West. And now the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Science with majors in Rehabilitation Sciences. Izuchukwu Michael Nwoba. Heather Elaine Skelton. And now, Mr. Chancellor, we're going to move on to the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Master of Arts, Kinesiology and Rec Management, with Dean Douglas Brown of the Faculty of Kinesiology and Rec Management, hooding the graduates. Donna Jean K. Harris. Jackson Ray Hutton. Cindy Lynn Miller. Brent Mitchell Poplowski. Brittany Struber. And now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Master of Science with Kinesiology and Rec Management as a major. Ilana Deborah Naiman. Bayole Oladukun. We now move on to the candidates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Health Sciences, with Dean Reg Urbanowski representing the Rady Faculty of Health Sciences presenting the parchments. Emily Rachel Brownell. Ashley Camille Solog. Bachelor of Human Ecology. Tiffany Lynn Blanchard. Ayana Lisel Briones. Chelsea Lynn Flett. Lynn Cécile Gagnon. Christy Aston Heppels. Natalia Sandra Kucharska. Maria Alyssa Danielle Lixi. Carmela Mera Martin. Shanna Judith McLeod. And now, Mr. Chancellor, we'll move on to the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Health Sciences in nursing, Bachelor of Nursing, Associate Dean Terry Ashcroft of the College of Nursing presenting the parchments. Peter Abaku. Hilary Tandok Agsalud. Fumelayo Adaronke Akinyemi. Bon Eris Medina Alvarez. Constance Chiwoke Amari. Christina Madeline Angel Anderson. Jocelyn Ruth Andrews. Maria Michelle Bagg. Autumn Hope Barbeau. Brittany Beck. Karina Berezanska. Nicole Suzanne Berg. Olivia Blondel. Taryn Ray Bloodworth. Haley Burkowski. Nicole Marie Buckhold. Andrea Budnick. Melanie Dawn Marie Buisson. Taryn Campbell. Carissa Maria Marie Palatao Candelaria. Michelle Marie Lillian Cardinal. Ingrid Ray Malanao Carlos. Ivern Dale Malit Kazaklang. Joymi Briones Sebalye. Evita Sen Hay. Sakshay Chaudhary. Brianne Kroback. Haley Mae Dawn Klein. Rachel Lynn Croato. Brittany Victoria Cuthbert. Kelsey Ann Sear. Wervin Jan de la Torre. Emily Sue Dirks. Natalia de Lugosh. Leslie Joan Mary Dugas. Uzoma Maria Ekuma. Lisa Catherine Marie Erickson. Abimbola Nancy Fazay. Nellie Fast. Thank you. Nikita Patricia Fillier. Kendra Jade Fisk. Allison Joy Fligg. Ruben Diaz Frere. Carly Michelle Friesen. Julia Alexandra Lily Fritzi. Barriadora Samuel Gabara. Kristen Gebhardt. Lydia Giersheimer. Kiana Embleton Diane Glastetter. Jasdeep Kaur Gosal. Lauren Ray Grandmont. Melissa Mary Gustafson. Sabrina Noralee Hadaller. Jennifer Harkis. Vanessa Hildebrand. Alana Helen Holowati. Diana Renee Weeb Hossein. Jennifer Melanie Johnson. Amanda Joy Kloski. Curtis John Kaltenbau. Crystal Lynn Kawa. Thank you. Tamra Jade Keeper. Jung-in Kim. Beaufort James Klinger. Natasha Katrina Kobukwa. Bryce Daniel Koch. Elizabeth Kisiwa Kodua. Oriomi Funmilola Kumolafe. Julian James Craker. Mallory Blair Kurtenbach. Alexis Wendy Lamirande. Brittany Amanda Landon. Rachel Michelle Lau. Sophia May Lee. Marisa Claire McCorby. Alyssa Nicole Marie Malenki. Mirzi Socorro Makalipe Mangaoil. Jamie Lee Mann. Kristen Marie McKay. Carly Patricia McKenzie. Medina Mohammed Mecca. Samuel Mezenta. Amaberna Malgareggio. Sarah Elizabeth Mertens. Tori Mogg. Shannon Marie Elizabeth Moyce. Nicole Alexandra Nayak. Caitlin Marie Nort. Victoria Lynn Oak. John Paul Chijioke Okori. Samantha Micaela Santelice Soledan. Brianna May Francis Onsowich. Ifeoma Matersha Otakabade. Eleanor Maureen Panelo. Jacqueline Dorothy Paquette. Scott Alexander Perot. Janelle Elizabeth Perron. Elizabeth Marie Plett. Jenna Lee Polachuk. Jerome Purificacion. Alex Rempel. Aaron Rempel. Patricia Ann Gomez Reyes. Patricia Mary Lane Olabre Reyes. Sheena May Pelojero Riberta. Danielle Marie Richards. Shauna Nicole Romano. Jillian Ray Raplansky. Sierra Christine Schultz. Mohini Davi Singh. Madison Elizabeth Ann Sitch. Sunkiran Sra. Andrea Lynn Starr. Julianne Staub. Melin Tahimik. Carmen Allen Tardif. Tessa Nicole Truman. Erica Diane Castillo Tubo. Ryan Peter Vosters. Mallory Waters. Thank you. Madison Delaney Eileen Watts. Bonnie Kathleen White. Zoe Whitley. Jessica Charlotte Wilson. Megan Elise Wilton. Carolyn Elise Wiltshire. Lindsay Shauna Wiltshire. Sokorn Yem. And now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Health Sciences in Respiratory Therapy, with Dean Reg Urbanowski presenting the parchments. The University Gold Medal winner and also Program Medal winner in Respiratory Therapy, Eric William Kaletsky. Mariam Abdo Al-Azazi. Sheila Rose de los Santos. Jessica Fang. Youngmook Kang. Dorothy Beatriz Condino Laya. Caden Cole McDonald. Malora Minerick. Chinwe Ndidi Nkwanta. Sedode Victoria Saibu. Lauren Stovall. Aaron Trail. Emmanuel Tronco. Lisa Wendy Yankich. Laura Sari Zeltzer. Now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Kinesiology, Dean Douglas Brown of the Faculty of Kinesiology and Recreation Management, presenting the parchments. James Ernest Almosara. Darren Goodmanson. Luke Andrew Halstead. Taylor Lauren Kunderman. Matthew Emile Manthe. Matthew Glenn Short. And now the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Physical Education. Kendra Lynn Johnston. Carolina Sternberg. And finally, the candidates whom you've admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Recreation Management and Community Development. Here they are. Jonathan Fridson. And Abraham Kimutai.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, Dr. Peniche, Dr. Everett, honored guests, family, friends, and graduates, congratulations. As you set out on your unique life journey, I hope each of you finds inspiration from the University of Manitoba alumni who have gone before you. If you aspire to improve Canada's healthcare system or discover new patient treatment options, look no further than Leah Hollins, Canadian Blood Services Board Chair, BC's former Deputy Health Minister, and member of the Order of Canada. Or Lauren Golub, a dental scientist whose innovative research has led to internationally recognized medical advances. Over the past 140 years, the University of Manitoba has built a strong and engaged community of alumni. We have more than 140,000 graduates in 137 countries. And this great community, which proudly supported you as students through mentorship and philanthropy, is proud to support you today as graduates. The Alumni Association can help connect you with alumni who will extend their hand to you as a mentor, a coach, an advisor, and a friend. We welcome you to stay connected through the University of Manitoba Alumni Relations Office. Return to campus often, come to homecoming, and participate in your reunion events. We are a community that is here to support and celebrate your success. We recognize that the influence of this university is epitomized by the accomplishments of the alumni, and standing proudly behind you, your outstanding achievements, and the contributions you will make to the world is more than just our privilege. It's what we do. Thank you, congratulations. Now go take your place. Thank you.
This brings our formal proceedings to an end. I would ask that members of the audience remain in your places until after the academic procession and the graduates have left the building, and then please join us for a reception in the Max Bell Fieldhouse. And I now declare convocation to be closed.